Out. Yes, we're back. We're back. I'm back where it started. 3 months. I came back a couple weeks ago now, and just needed some time to reflect, get rid of the jet lag. Had the flu as well, or it could be chlamydia. I don't know at this point.
I know how it feels, I know how it feels.
So yeah, I'm back from New York, America. First time in America. First time in the United States of Trump. First time. I went during a wild time, by the way. I was there from like September to December, and a lot happened. As you guys probably saw from my videos, a lot was happening. I mean, I saw Halloween in America for the first time. That was crazy. It's exactly what it says it is, by the way. Oh, wait, is that what's going on? Oh, okay.
What y'all talking about though? We want to be a part of it.
I know I didn't put many clips on like YouTube and stuff, but like on my Instagram, I dressed up as I had the MF Doom mask. Rest in peace, MF Doom. I had the mask for Halloween, and you actually saw how like New Yorkers take that seriously. Like Halloween is like big for them. They took that seriously. Like there was like a woman carrying like a dead body. But it was not an actual dead body. You know what? I don't even know. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Some woman was wrapped up some kind of something, and it was like my dead husband or something like that. And I was like, that could be real. That white woman might not be playing. So I was there for Halloween as well. I was there for the election as well. Trump became president. So I saw that live. I saw how like Americans take politics like real serious. Like everyone's talking about it. Like in comparison to like here, like we don't really talk about it. I think because we're just tired. Luigi, I was there when Luigi, the guy that shot up the CEO, yeah, he was on the run at the time. That was happening. So I was like, okay. You know what I mean? Because it happened and people were telling me, but I was like, when someone just tells you something, you don't really deep it. But then when I like come back, I'm like, oh, wait, him? That's crazy. So that was happening as well. I did Thanksgiving first time as well. Thanksgiving is lit. I can't lie to you. Eat a lot of food at my guy's house. Danny, probably seen in my videos as well. He's an actor as well, but he kindly invited me and my brother and his girl to Thanksgiving. New York as a trip in general, amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a great trip. Like I said, it was the first time I'd ever been to America, and I can't lie, it's the best trip I've ever done. To go to another country, just pack up, leave my job. It was scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was scary, but it was defo like, yeah, it was such an experience. It's something that obviously, America again, it's not gonna be the last time I go to America, but listen, it's wild. It's basically London on crack. That's what I'm gonna say. That is literally London on crack. You're always gonna be entertained.
Oh, I never use condom because I'm allergic to latex.
Okay.
So I be out here raw dogging it. You feel me? Yeah. Like give me the STDs, nigga. I want it all.
Something's always happening. There's something to do. Everyone's hustling. They love the accent. Yeah, you get me.
Say in it in your accent.
And was it? Oh, in it.
That's so cute. I love it.
Why do you think I'm drinking tea now? I was drinking tea anyway, but now I just show everybody now. Like even on stage, I just show everybody, hey, yo, by the way, New York was crazy. It's not as clean as I said. I did in the joke at the stand. I was like, it's not as clean as London. London, when you look, because we complain and we're like, yo, London is dirty. Like London is like, but New York. But you just it is. I think you just get used to it. Like the rats, you just get used to. Like I remember at first, like I'll be walking down like a road or something, and then a rat just jumps out, and then he looks at me, and I look at it, and the rat's like, "Yo, what are you looking at?" And I'm like, "Okay, my bad." And then that's it. Do you know what I mean? But everybody else, like the New Yorkers, kind of used to it, man. But food was great. Food was banging. I'm not gonna lie to you. Food was banging. I was in Harlem as well, and yeah, Harlem, like, hey, depends where in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Depends where in Harlem. I was like in West Harlem, which is basically Brixton. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's basically Brixton. Like parts of it is gentrified. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that culture, you know, black people, it's still there in it. So yeah, Harlem, yeah, Harlem, definitely. I didn't go to the Bronx though. I had no reason. Everyone, listen. I'm not even saying this because like me, people from New Yorkers were telling me like, yo, there's no reason for you to go to the Bronx, bro. Even people that lived in the Bronx, yeah, there's no reason. I did stand up, as you guys can tell. Did videos, linked up with people, made a lot of connections. Obviously, I was only on an Esther, so I couldn't make money out there. So I couldn't get paid from the shows and stuff like that. So I was doing like open mics and everything like that. Clubs wanted to pay me, but I couldn't accept it. I couldn't get paid, you know, so I didn't get paid because, you know, the IRS. Listen, IRS, if you're listening, I did not get paid from, you can check I didn't get paid from, no American account gave me money. I was using my savings, bro. That's it. Like there was, come on. Money was just coming out listen, IRS, I'm going to say this again. Nobody paid me out there, okay? Because the IRS, they don't play in it. I'm not going to lie to you. They do not play. Don't joke with them. Because my boy, when he went to LA, he's a comic as well. He was like, the IRS, when he got to border control, they started looking up statements. They brought up a file. They were like, looked up a file. They were like, oh, yo, last time you were here, you got paid for this, you got paid for this, and you got paid for this. He was like, how'd you remember that? So IRS, you don't play with them. You do not play. That's that. New York, I recommend everyone should go, especially if, you know, you're creative, media, music, whatever. Go and experience the culture there. You will learn so much. You will kind of make a lot of great connections and meet with a lot of people, especially if you like British and stuff, because you'll sound different. So people kind of want to be like, okay, cool. Let me, you know, like I said, but the connections, I met great people, which comics, actors, brokers, you name it. Met so many people just in different fields, which was amazing. New York's expensive though. I will say this. I mean, any major city is expensive, but New York is expensive. It actually made me like miss how I could actually save money in London. Like like New York was expensive. Like food, the tax is gonna catch you out. That's why I'm grateful now. Now I'm back. I'm grateful now because we don't see the tax. So we don't see what's fucking us over. We don't see us getting bent over. Do you get what I'm saying? But over there, they don't listen. You see on the receipt, it says tax right there, and it just gets added to it. And you don't know till you get to the till. Because you're thinking, oh, okay, cool. These grapes are $2. You get to the till, bro, it's $10, bro. You're thinking, what is this? Food's expensive. You know, New Yorkers have been complaining about that, really, to be fair. And the rent is expensive. Whoa. Only thing that was cheap there was the travel. So basically, they don't have zones. So they don't have zones like how we have travel zones in London. You know how we have travel zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in London. They don't have zones. It's just the underground. Like it's just. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's different train lines. Like there's the one train. There's the C train, the A train, the B train, whatever. But it's just the underground or the subway. Even though I was arguing with my guy, like subway, bro, that's a sandwich shop. But anyway, so they just have their underground. There's no zones. So basically, you can tap. So I know recently they just got the contactless, so you can tap, and the maximum you pay in a week is $34. So you can tap on a bus, you tap on the train. So the maximum a week you pay is $34, right, per week. And that's dollars, by the way. So maximum for a travel card that I could use for the whole month. So I could go anywhere in New York City on the underground. I pay the bills. I paid £100. That's mad cheap. So in dollars, it's about 100 and maybe 20, I think. Forgive me the numbers, whatever. But $120. So about £100. £100. And go anywhere in New York, like New York City. That's not including like the long, what's it called? The Long Island Railroad. So if you're going to like Long Island, anywhere outside of New York City, but it's still New York because there's New York City and there's New York. By the way, New York City is huge. It's 5 boroughs, right? So you can use your travel card around there. And like I said, it's huge. So it's definitely worth it. I'm not going to lie to you. Over here, bro, yeah, a travel card's on 1 to 6. Look about $3, 300. Legit, 300. The subway's 24 hours, which was great as well. I'm not used to that here. Subway's 24 hours. And obviously, I was like basically in Central. I'm like in Harlem. So it was like coming back from comedy clubs late. You don't have to be like, oh my God, last train or et cetera, et cetera. So that was really good. London, we really need the 24-hour thing. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, we really need the 24-hour thing. So let's hurry up with that. It's not the same on just weekends. Like, it's 24 hours all the time. Like, and I'm talking like the train works on Thanksgiving, Christmas. The train's not, it doesn't stop. It don't stop. Now, sometimes there's some lines though in New York. Will it show up on time? That's up to them. If they feel like coming on time, but 24 hours, you know. So that was a good thing as well. Oh, sorry. Let me mention as well. There was an Arsenal. I even forgot. There was an Arsenal bar as well. For some reason, I'm still supporting Arsenal. I literally like, you know what it is? Now I understand why when girls check out in a relationship, they don't leave. Because it's the same as being an Arsenal fan. Or most football fans anyway will relate to this. Like, we checked out. Most of us checked out years ago. But we're still here. Even if you say, oh, I'm not watching the games, you kind of look and go, oh, how's my... That's how it is. You know? So it's a real toxic relationship that we have with football. So listen, what did I learn from the trip? I learned so much, man. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about my career. Let's break it down. So what did I learn about in my career? I think it was a really important time for me to go. You know, New York, you do a lot of shows. You do a lot of shows. There's so many shows because there's so many stand-up shows. Like there's so many. There's a show every day. You could do 5 shows a night. You can do that. You can really stack loads and you can really like improve your craft quicker than you obviously can here. Obviously, London is catching up, but America's like a different beast. New York is a different beast. So in terms of like my stand-up and just being more comfortable on stage and just my flow state on stage really improved, which was key for me, I think, and just my writing as well. But I think mostly my flow state, like just how I am on stage, really, and just the effortless vibe and the control and all these kind of things. I really learned a lot over there because obviously you're just doing more gigs, you know. So that was really great over there. Like you come out your comfort zone, so you really just make the most of it. You really just make the most of your time, which was really good. So I really learned that. I really improved on that, which was really great. I started doing my interviews more over there. So all the interviews you kind of see and stuff like that you've seen on this page, then, you know, 419 Talk, you go over to there. That's the YouTube page. So make sure you go and check that out. Acting, writing as well. I linked up with Danny. Big up Danny as well. You see in my other videos, he was in Power. We linked up. Shout out Larry for making that happen. He connected me to his guy in New York. And then, yeah, man, like people are just more willing to work, I've noticed as well, which is great as well. People just, I think maybe because there's more people, to get me, there's more people, there's more hustling vibe. So it's like, okay, cool. Or maybe it's British tax. Maybe because I was British and I sound different, people want to work with me. So that was really great. So I used that to my advantage. So I linked up, amazing people. Shout out DT as well, who has the page, The Kickback. I messaged him. He was like, yo, man, let's link up. And you know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. Man used, you know the laughing in the car meme? You know me laughing in the car? That meme, I used that to my advantage. I can't lie to you. Because my American friends, they were like, listen, make sure you pin that to your profile before you get here. Because trust me, people are going to recognize you. And I was like, nah, that's not true. Yeah, but I did it anyway, bro. People were like, bro, is that you? That you? And then when I was with DT, right, and he would take me to different spots and we're filming and everything, he would be like, yo, this is my guy from the UK. Have you seen that meme? Like he would be like, shouting me out. I'm like, okay, cool. So people would clock and follow me from there. So it was really good to kind of meet and connect with people from the States. And the fact that my meme, that was, by the way, an accident, I was just being me. I was just being me. And then now everybody's kind of seen it worldwide. It's crazy. I'm never going to lie to you. So that was like, yeah, that was really good. Because that actually helped me to get shows as well. That's what I'm saying. It helped me to get shows. So I used that to my advantage. So, that was really good as well. I guess you can link this to career and myself. I learned in terms of the direction that I wanted to go. I think that was key. Like, I think in my career, I felt like I was a bit stagnant in the UK. And that's no fault of the UK. I guess you guys are just tired of seeing my face. So I kind of had to go to a different market. And obviously, sometimes when you do that and you go to a different environment, sometimes you learn more and you bring back skills that you can obviously improve on, and you can be much better at. And I think that's the key. I think I came back and I picked up these skills that now have changed just how I write, how I see things. So it was really beneficial. I'm not even going to lie to you. My own personal growth, it was really good to actually go over there and actually because I went by myself. I went there by myself. So at times it can be difficult because you're going into a new environment. I'm far away from home. And sometimes you're by yourself. Sometimes you're not with people. So I really just had to connect, spiritually. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not religious or anything like that, but I just had to connect, spiritually to myself, and really find out who I was. I think that was the key. I think the last few months has really been about really knowing who I am. I think that trip really did that for me. So that was really good for me. So definitely. How do I feel now? Okay, so I've been back a couple weeks. I'm going to be honest. At first, I came back and was like, oh, I'm back. I was like, yeah. It's good to be back and stuff like that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit I'm ready to hit the button. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go full drive this year, right? But then I felt a little slump. I felt the New York blues. I felt like a little bit raw. I was just like, bro, I just was sad. It just hit me. I was just like, yo. And I remember my business partner, James, he clocked on because we had Golden Mike. I was at the show and I just looked out of it. I'm never gonna lie to you. This was before the Golden Mike show. And I just looked out of it. And he was like, yo, what's going on? And I didn't really know what it was. I was like, yo, what's going on? And It's funny because he was like, yo, is it your ex? I was like, nah. And he was like, I think it's because I'm missing New York. Because I got used to it. It became home. When I came back, it was like, oh, it's nice to be home. It's nice to see my family. But then it was raw, what now? Kind of thing. And I started to second guess myself. I started to question everything I had planned. I started to question oh, yo, I don't think I can do that. When you start to question yourself. And that's when it kind of hit. And I remember James was telling me, James was like, yo, it's always going to happen. You're always going to kind of get them blues when you come back. But remember, obviously, the reason you went there to get me, you learned so much. And essentially now it's time to put that all into practice now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's time to come and take, now that you're back, hit that button and let's go. Let's get to work. You get me? There's so many things that you want to achieve and do, and you're going to do those things. And man, that Golden Mike show, I remember this was before the show. This was probably 10 minutes before I was going to go on stage. I was actually having this deep conversation. I remember Golden Mike came up and it was a good show, man. And from there, I really it kind of put stuff into perspective because I was yo, hey, New York, but you're here now. Let's get to work. And just being in tune with my feelings and the emotions and stuff like that and everything. And just sometimes accepting also as well that, listen, sometimes we're not going to be okay. That's another thing. Sometimes we're not going to be okay. And that's fine. You're not always going to be your best. That's another thing as well. You're not always going to be your best. And I think once you become in tune with that, you become so much better. Because then it allows me to go on stage and do what I need to do. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm in tune, like, okay, cool. I know I'm not feeling the best, which can happen. All right, cool. I still got a job to do and I can get it done. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, listen, stick to the plan, not your feelings. Because if we stick to our feelings instead of the plan, bro, we'll be all over the place. So sometimes you have to stick to the plan. And like I said, it's okay not to be okay. So that's how I felt. But right now, I feel good. You know, I'm connecting more with the things that are important, I feel. And just, I feel like there's a clear path to what I need to do. There's a clear path. And I'm more like, okay, cool, I have to do this now. I know what I need to do, which is great as well. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, that's how I kind of felt after America. It was like a bumpy road. At first, it was like, yeah. And then it was kind of like a drop off. Like after I saw my family and I came home, I was like, oh, wow. And now it's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But also I think the important thing was like, yo, being in tune with my feelings. I think that's important. Especially as a guy, you have to be in tune with those. And sometimes you have to control them. But also to know, hey, listen, man, you're not always going to be good. You know, as a comedian, you know what I'm saying? People think, yo, Ed's always got energy. Da, da, da. And when it drops off a little bit, people notice. But that's, you know, you're not always going to be good. You understand? You're not always going to be good. And that's okay. I saw one of my GOATs. How can I forget, bro? I saw one of my GOATs, Corey Holcomb. I saw him live on stage.
Respect, y'all. One love. Goddamn, take that bitch home and argue with it and fuck after that.
Yo, that was lit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been watching Corey Holcomb for years, so to be able to kind of see him live was like, wow, like an experience, man. Yeah, that was crazy. Like to see how like unapologetically himself does that even make sense? But basically him just being himself. That was it. Like him being himself I love that. And I think that's another thing I learned like about New York was I was learning a little bit before I left, but like honesty on stage and being yourself and like being like just, you can just go on stage and just, do you know what I mean? Just New York really taught me that, which was great. New York really taught me that. Like just the effortless vibe that you can have just being yourself on stage. Because they say with stand-up, right? They say like your first 5-10 years or whatever, you're basically just finding yourself on stage. Like, no, the first 5 years, it's like you're getting comfortable on stage. And after that, you're just finding who you are. And I think like I really felt like I found that in New York, which was great. So, yeah. And what's next? Listen, I don't like to say what's next, but I will tell you, listen, what's next? I don't, you know them ones there. I just want you guys to see, to be fair. 419 Talk. Yes, made the page. So all my interviews are going to be there. So make sure you go check it out. The projects and stuff, just wait and see in it. That's what I'm going to just wait and see. And thank you very much for staying tuned on my American journey and supporting and everything like that. Really appreciate it. Obviously, you guys like, subscribe, only if you want to in it. I'm not going to force you because consent is sexy. But yeah, really appreciate it. Love.
Yeah, I know how it feels, well. Promise I'm a fire, I know how it feels. Call the studio bando, now yeah, I know how it feels. Call the studio bando, yeah, I know how it feels. Yeah.